Hi guys, welcome back to the RC story. My name's Ammo. Bit of a cold one today, guys. Right, in this video, guys, we're going to take out the ARRMA KRATON 8S. This is the first run on this particular vehicle. I understand that this vehicle is now discontinued. However, we brought this brand new. Now, I did mention in the unboxing video why we went for this version and why it made financial sense to go for this over the brand new EXP RTR. So if you haven't seen that video, there's a link just up in the corner here, guys. Be sure to check that out. Now, before we go rip this, there's a few things I want to do to it, which I thought, you know what, it's worth doing these before we take it out for its first session. So I've got a few bits here from Chewy Prints. Now, basically, these are guards for certain parts of the vehicle to protect it. Now, there's loads of companies out there that are probably doing stuff like this. However, these have been put to a test. Now, the material that these are made out of, they're not just solid hard plastic like your normal 3D prints. I will get some close-ups for you guys on these. They're actually flexible. So they're very durable and they're actually flexible. So I'll show you guys how flexible they are. And the good thing about that is if something does hit them or they basically are using this truck for bashing, they ain't going to break, guys. These are virtually indestructible. As you can see, they're quite thick. And yeah, they are very, very bendable, flexible, but very rigid at the same time. Bearing in mind, it's probably about, outside the temperature is probably about -2, -3 degrees centigrade. In here, it is cold, I ain't gonna lie. In the workshop today, I have got the heaters on, etc. But in the workshop, even now, everything's pretty cold. So a normal plastic piece, me bending it like that would snap because it'd be brittle. I have got the heaters on, so it will warm up, hopefully. But yeah, so this is basically a guard for, I'll get the other side out. It's a guard that basically sits on your rear wishbone, and it sits just under the wheel down here. I will show you guys. And it protects the drive shaft, etc. from getting a lot of muck on there. It protects it from collecting grass on there. Also, if there is stones, etc. or something that takes an impact this way, this will protect the drive shaft. Also, we've got some roof skids. Now, you're probably thinking, why are you going to replace the roof skids? This has got roof skids on it. That's correct. However, if you look at the thickness on these roof skids compared to what's on the truck, they sit a lot prouder. I don't know if the camera can get that in there, but they sit a lot higher. Now, what that's going to do is not only obviously protect the top of the body, because of the way that they're made and the material that's being used and how flexible they are, if you were to land on this, these will help take the shock where ABS plastic or hard plastic will send the shock through pretty much everything. So these are going to help you that little bit as well. And they're very durable. So it's not a case of you stick them on and you're going to have to replace them. You stick these on and they'll probably outlast the shell of a car. Also, what we've got is this. Now, some of you guys will be familiar with what this is, but I'll explain. So this sits underneath your motor. So this supports your motor, because your motor is only supported with the bolts that hold it in near the pinion gear. What tends to happen is if you're bashing a lot, you can bend your pinion of the motor. So what this does is supports the bottom of the motor. So any basically jumps, etc. you do, this cushions it. And because it's a very flexible material, it will basically absorb any impact and shock. So the shock that the motor gets, it will lessen that. So these few items were a few musts that I thought, you know what, these need to go on. However, we will be showing you a lot more items that you can use for your KRATON 8S and other cars as well. So be sure to follow us. And if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. And guys, smash that notification button, because we're going to have loads of this sort of content coming. And let's get this beast out on the road. Let's get into this. Guys, we're here on location with the KRATON ATES. The weather has been completely pathetic here, and it's probably the driest part we're going to get. It's been absolutely raining. You can see there's absolutely puddles everywhere, but that ain't going to stop us today, guys. Let's take this beast out for its first run, and let's see what the excitement was all about. Now, this is before we're going to upgrade it. Let's get into this. As you can see, the field is absolutely soaking. It holds the ground quite well. Completely different compared to the Outcast. Look at the water flying up at the back of it. Just goes to show how wet it is. It's a lot more controllable than the Outcast. The Outcast is a lot more wilder, to be fair. There we go, look, one wheel up. It's not wheeling at all, to be fair. That might be down to the punch settings. I have not set the ESC up in terms of punch settings, etc. I've left it absolutely stock just for this first run, just to see how we get on with it. And it's actually quite planted. Whoa. It lifts when it breaks.
Bouncy on that suspension, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at the state of that. Check that out, guys. I think what I'm going to do is, whilst we've got it here, let's try and do a speed run and see what we can get on a speed run on this. What was that, 35.6 mile an hour?
That water spray.
So guys, top speed so far we've got out of this is 36 mile an hour. I'm pretty sure we can do better than that. It may need setting up on terms of the ESC. We haven't set anything up in that respect. It's straight out of the box. One thing I will say, I did have a few issues with the controller. So it's Spectrum DX3. For some reason it kept on pairing, so I factory reset the controller itself and rebinded it. I did it 2 or 3 times, and just before we came out again today, it disconnected itself and now connected itself again. So I think I might just bin off the Spectrum, to be fair, and put a different unit in it. So let's see what happens. But I think these Copperhead tires ain't the greatest on this sort of turf and this sort of condition. I think the backflips do a lot better. However, it's not bad. It's quite planted, and for a grasser type of vehicle that can take a few jumps and keep going, I think it's pretty great. But we will have a little play with the ESC, I guess. But for now, let's keep ripping. For the size of it, 36 mile an hour, it looks absolutely rapid for the size. But I know we can improve that straight away. Just so planted though. Whoa. Guys, I've got Kyle here with me today. Kyle, fancy a go?
Yeah, go on, let's have a blast.
Let's see what Kyle thinks of this. Quite planted, isn't it?
Yeah, sits quite nice.
I don't know if you can hear him there. He goes, it sits quite nice.
Yeah, it sits really nice on the pull-up. Not like the 6S. You pull the 6S trigger and it's up on its back wheels every single time.
Yeah, I think the KRATON 6S that we've got, it's going to be a lot quicker than this. But the KRATON 6S, it's just a little wheelie monster, that is. And it's gone. What do you think, Kyle?
I like it. I like it. It's been my dream to have a go with one.
Very planted, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just need to get that top speed up a little bit, I think.
I think a bit more power, a bit more punch on it, it'll be a bit more fun. But it's pretty quick for what it is in terms of the size, guys. I think I'll be happy with this. If I can get this around 46 mile an hour, I'll be over the moon. How dirty is this thing? Oh man, this was brand new. Not anymore.
I think the steering's a little bit slow as well.
Yeah, I think, guys, you've seen the Outcast EXP we got, the RTR. You can notice the difference in the servo. That's got the upgraded servo in there with higher torque. Now, if you have a look whilst this is on the ground, when you move the steering servo, it's so slow. Yeah, that servo definitely needs an upgrade. Whoa!
Turn really good considering.
I don't know if you guys could pick that up. The turning circle, Carl says, it's absolutely wicked the way it just turns. It's so agile. Oh, flicking mud everywhere. Just look at it go. Guys, you can imagine how wet it is. The amount of water this is just laying up. It's incredible. Back on the throttle, let's have a bit more fun. What I'm actually really surprised about, guys, is that the front end ain't lifted. It has not wheelied once. I don't know if that's down to the ground, on how boggy it is. It might be the tyres,
or just the ESC punch has just been set low. So I will need to plug it in and give that a check and see if we can get some more power out of this thing on the setup it's got. However, we will upgrade the steering servo as well at some point. But for now, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to give it a blast. Look at the state of this field. We're going to get into trouble. But guess what? We're having fun. Who cares?
Doing the council's work for us.
That's it. Look, mowing the field.
Oh, come on. Tease for a jump. There she is.
There we go. I just think it needs a bit more power. You know, in order to control it while it's in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh look, you're gonna get me muddy now, aren't you?
Yeah, Ammo don't like getting his hands dirty.
Nah. It's just not enough punch on it.
Batteries are doing well though.
Yeah.
For a big motor, that's gone some time.
What batteries are in it? Centrinos.
They're the ones that come with it.
No. So planted, I thought it would have flipped there by now, to be fair.
The suspension setup's really well.
Yeah. Thanks to me.
Look at all that.
There you have it, guys. The ARRMA KRATON 8S. It was our first run with this. There are some improvements. We knew that, but guys, for what we paid for this, so it only made sense for us to pick this up and spend that money on this and get this perfect to how we want it. So guys, if you love this content, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to smash that notification button because we've got new content coming 3 times a week. See you in the next one.